Okay, so so we here come to the segment 2 final sections before the lunch. So very happy that we will have Wei Yip. He is the EASG committee from the Hong Kong Computer Society. So thanks, Wei. So he will be talking about the API and data integration capability on the digital solutions. So okay, Wei, can you hear me well?
Yes,
It's okay?
very clear. Yes, okay.
Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah, okay, I can hear your voice as well. So I pass the stage to you. So it's your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of the audience. No matter you are at home or office, because Hong Kong typhoon just for host. Okay, First of all, I would like to talk about Patrick for introduction. The API data integration capability has tools for building faster and adaptive digital solutions. Okay, for this sharing, what we will cover is we have the 3 topics, which are the changing world of API integration, and also I will try to do some example of the new architecture approach. And finally, we will have some example for the technology stacks. I will use some open source as a sample to declare what session you need to put some tools appropriately. Okay, the first one is the changing world of API and integration. Okay, before the go into the some tools and introduction, I would like to mention or some customers you should hearing and seeing. For example, one customer is say there is no way you can put off your money, people, or time into the new digital technologies. What can I do? And some will mention new technology cannot be solved every challenge, and neither can simply improve your existing infrastructure. And also, when some customers are doing the Mode 1 migration to the state of ask the Mode 2, this is why Mode 1 and Mode 2 both exist and why the world in increasing hybrid. So here, the above we are hearing and seeing with our customer. So in such of the case, we will try to speed or declare the solution and for to their own digital transformation into the 4 sessions. First of all is to optimize the IT you have, the traditional resources so they can continue and add value. The second one, integrate the old and new system resources and practice. The third, delivering cloud infrastructure and cloud services. And also the building the model apps and solution that will take you further. Today, this will more focus to talk about the second one, the integration of application data and across both forms of infrastructure and resources. Before going through the solution, we would like to see some survey from the gallery report. So what is the reason we are having this conversation today? You can see this, the some figures. I think the figure is the 2 years ago. You can see that, for example, 26 billion interconnected devices, 215 trillion stable connection, and also there's 63 million connection per second. Such a huge figures. So, but I believe by the time year the 2022, there will be more. So we'll see one more the survey in the global IT trend and priorities research, maybe it was 2 to 3 years ago, and you can see the enterprise integration was the top three at the IT funding priorities. Okay, how to connect the survey is according to the global survey with over 1,000 respondents, and also 75% of survey respondents were IT manager, directors, or also the C-level. So in such of the case, the integration is, you can see that the integration is critical for digital business. We can consider the two mainstream. First of all is the customer experience. And also the second one is the customer engagement models. Let's talk about the customer experience first. Delivering excellent customer experience is no longer a matter of differentiation. It is a matter of survival. While individual experience and interaction are the building blocks of loyalty, a holistic customer journey is the motor that binds all together, that's brought all together. Say, for example, if you are operating a hotel, the stay is important as the booking interaction, the conversation, the guest has almost lots of trouble issue. Say, for example, the Wi-Fi issue, the loyalty program issue, and so on. Ultimately, the loyalty of your customer is as strong as the witness link on the customer journey. The second one is the customer engagement model. At the same time, customer expectation about the personalized and content relevant interaction have never been higher. To meet them, organizations need to facilitate seamless cross-application data sharing by building an integration plan and the different SaaS application. Your customer interact with throughout with their journey. A successful integration strategy will allow you to generate the multi-directional customer insights in using, for example, some AI tools. I can share some more examples about the disruption. Okay, just take a look, for example, the Uber. While everyone uses it as an example of digital disruption, the impact of the integration on its success is often overlooked. Such a test company in Hong Kong have had access to the same customer data for at least 20 years. It's a long time. What they were not able to do is connect the data in a way that create predictably and change customer expectation. There is a reason they call it disruption. The old tools and processes we used in the past cannot cut it anymore. As a leader, we cannot accept the status, of course. And I will do some advice and just make it short. If you are not a digital company and looking to reinvent yourself, you need to act right away. Application integration, to be honest, is a great push to digitize experience process and advance our analytics and intelligence process automations. Integration is critical for digital business. Connect the new application, data, devices to get the most value from your data and create differentiated solution. Digital business is driving an unprecedented amount of change and demand within the organizations. Adoption of new IT services, often the cloud basis, is being driven by the business unit. Before they can prove any value, these new services need to be connected to the application portfolio to enable data to be shared and business process to run. Similarly, digital business initiatives also. These are driving the requirement to deliver data and application to a new ecosystem of the consumers. And also, the digital transformation to become a great software company require multiple steps. For example, in this slide, you can see the changing waterfall development to CI/CD. This is a continuous integration and continuous deployment. From deploying into the data center to deploying into cloud for infrastructure. The goal of the steps should be to focus on the business outcome of increasing speed, agility, and also the control. Speed has its mean the new idea can be deployed faster. Agility has its mean can do the update changes, can be done more simply, allow the greater experimentation. And finally, the control has risk in security and issues with bugs can be approached faster. Let's talk about more detail about the agility. It is what driving organization to transform, to respond faster to opportunity and threats. To try more ideas, expecting some, maybe many, will fail. To avoid being disruption to smaller, faster, and more focused competitors. To be honest, successful organizations need to be differentiated through software and application, and also the better support their business objective. Say, for example, the target audience is to customer, partner, and also ISV. This is the leading to become software-driven business. So make it short, for the agility conclusion is for customer want to plan less and react more quickly. For the top integration needs, as I can see, fallback from my memories the 20 years, the centralized model of enterprise service bus serving an organization and dominate the enterprise integration. In this model, integration was a service owned by the IT department and shared in the same way as the communications and network services. Each project would interface to an enterprise service bus. The idea being to minimize his dependency on other departments, as well as to maximize the reuse of integration skills, which have historically been expensive. I think nowadays it doesn't work anymore. Now, innovation happens on much smaller team with much frequent deployment. They need fast, easier avenue to collaboration and coordination. The ability for developer to feel like developer again, instead of a central team responsible for all integrations. Okay, let's talk the second one is the new architecture approach. Many customers are undergoing change. Some are forced by market reality. Some are seizing the opportunity. Some, of course, are both. To transfer is to change from one form or way of doing things to another. This is difficult. Agile integration is a core capability in making digital transformation real and make it possible. It's established a new application infrastructure that facility make their new reality happen. Integration bridges the legacy to the new. For example, the existing apps with new channels, SaaS application with legacy application, monolithic apps with microservices. The above is enable the new value to be unlocked quickly by composing and recomposing application and services. It's established an infrastructure for delivering application better and faster. And for customer, individual players in different parts of the organization have different perspectives and need different things to success. For example, it's easier cross-silo cooperation, high degrees of autonomy, fewer gatekeepers on the path to live, increasing level of safety and reliability, and also the overall the speed increase. So that's why to do the agile integration needs an organization-wide change from people to platform and finally to the process. You need an agile integration, the development focus on, on that. So we are trying to split or organize into the three API-centric for the agile integration. This is the key foundation capability led by the today. They will create the solid backbone for integration to meet the new challenge more efficiently and quickly. From left to the right, which are the distributed integrations, containers, and also the API-first approach. For the digital integration need allow spread throughout the enterprise, reusable, pattern-based integration where it is the lead is clear, especially for microservices architecture. For the containers, fundamental to better software delivery and scale has application capacity and workload increase. The finally is the API first approach, now becoming the critical and managing internal reuse, fostering in and enabling customers and partners to connect. Architecture approach, the focus on trying the people, the platform, with inventing the process across the organization. Integration teams are no longer bottleneck, and others can carry out part of burden. Deployment and operation become more uniform and forceful and span the organization. APIs, first APIs, the becoming building blocks team can cooperate around and automation stages everything together into reusable capabilities. And also, you can do this effectively address the new and emerging approach or initiative like API first, cloud native, event-driven streaming, message queue, and local integration tools. And also for the infrastructure is multi-cloud approach. Okay, let's talk about the technology stack. I'm trying to do some example for the agile integration tools. Of course, you can use the open source and some vendor, and whatever you use, it is up to you. I just bring out some example from here. So, for example, for the integration, you can use the open source Apache Camel. For the API management gateway, you can use the Apache APIscene and also the free scale. And also for the integration, the message queue or the hot topic is the event streaming. You can use the MQ and also Kafka. And finally, you can use some the data integrations. Say for example, the APIscene and the quick view. All of them is the open source as well. As the central, you have to do the small team and doing some small development using containers, and you have to use the container orchestration to as the infrastructure. So from here is the I think everyone knows is Kubernetes. So no matter, as I mentioned, the core integration capability you can use as long as you can buy into the 4 sessions, which are the as long as to try to for example is the complying the enterprise integration patterns. Say for example is Camel. And the API gateway, say for example, is free scale, and also the event-driven is Kafka, and finally, the data integration is quick. For the implementation, the agile integration, open source and provides and from here is still and using the open source as an example. Open source provides a tool offering that fulfill this capability and help user realize the benefits. For example, the distributed integration, Apache Camel, core integration, technology for creating services and exposing the APIs and enabling the communications, allow integration to be deployed where needed, whenever, doesn't force a legacy enterprise service bus deployment model. The middle one is the Kubernetes. It can do the scalable deployment and one-time platform for containers. You can use like open source, for example, is Jenkins, Tekton to standardize the building process and deployment process. Let's say it's the CI/CD pipelines. And finally, you have to expose the API to outside. From here is the example is free scale. The fostering is sharing and reuse the service in using the API, help organization first the API has supported with appropriate governance. For example, you can control the API Trojan, you can set the policy for the for your API, and also you can do some segmentation for your API as well. Combine all together, this form a powerful architectural foundation. Actually, integration shouldn't only be solid for integration-specific project. It also should be the core development platform for all applications. Okay, and try to discuss more about the Apache Camel as the integration example open source. It is the lightweight integration technology in mission-critical deployment in for example, to government, healthcare, financial services, and more. Remember that we said agile software development drive the demand for APIs. For example, we use the open source Apache Camel is the foundation of your API. It has a pattern that supercharge your speed of integrations and do things like rich data transformation and create some connector routing and also the messaging. Nowadays, hybrid cloud is a hot topic for our consideration. So single platform and tool chains across the cloud environment provide the consistency and flexibility for current and also the future deployment as well. Traditional, the message queue technology is focused to use asynchronous communication. And also, the nowadays hot topic is the streaming. Say, for example, the event-driven architecture is based on the asynchronous non-blocking communication between event and producer and also the event's consumer. And finally, we can talk about the API management. Microservices and agile development create the lead for API management. It's managed, as I mentioned before, it's managed the traffic for your website, your mobile apps, and your B2B services. It allows you to enforce all of the policy, no matter it's the technical policy like authentication, authorization, and also the business policy like how many traffic can comes in, how many days, and how to do the fast and for the first party and the VIP customer and so on. So that's why I'm shared today and prepare. Okay. Thank you, Patrick.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Ray, for your sharing. So we still have 2 minutes. So maybe I can help to facilitate some question. So okay. So okay, so you mentioned about the API integration and data integrations, but I believe that and also from my experience, there should be quite some company they have already done some integration like ESB before. So can you share about one or two reasons why they may need to change or inject some quick mindset on how they can do that if they already got something running well? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's a good question. Thank you, Patrick. As I can say, the IT organization must evolve to meet organization demand. This is driving many of the department handshake and also the conversation we are having with our customer about the for desktop team and infrastructure team. So many of these customers are looking to shift their development and deployment process from traditional waterfall development and also agile method to that also nowadays very hot topic, and they want to learn how to enable that. Okay, we are also seeing the customer asking about the microservices. Has they switched their application architecture away from the existing monolithic to NT application to highly distributed and componentization service-based application? So because so that's why on the infrastructure side, we are seeing a lot of interest in, for example, the container driving by the popularity of Docker and has an alternative to existing virtualization technology as well.
Okay, got that. So yeah, I think the time is also almost up. So maybe if any of the audience you are interested to know about the API and data integrations and how Way's experience can help, feel free to reach him out offline. So once again, thanks Way for the sharing.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you all of the audience. Bye.
Okay, thank you.